All right, all right. We are back in beautiful Belmont, New Jersey at the Grit Won't Quit podcast studio by Wingman. And we have a very special guest on. We have Leo from Chilangos on here today. How are you today?
I'm alive.
You're alive.
That's my answer all the time. I'm alive.
So I met Leo. I was recommended to Leo's restaurant. It's in the Highlands in Monmouth County. And my wife and I are always exploring new places to try out. And I was recommended. And when we got there, Leo came to our table. He was so gracious. He was like the hostess with the mostest. He gave my wife a shot of tequila. I just don't drink tequila, so I had to decline. But I just really liked him. And then he told us about his story and the book. So I said to him, yo, you got to get on the podcast. And he was like, let me know. Didn't even know what he was talking. What the podcast was, nothing about it, but he was on board to come on. But I wanted to really dive into Leo's story because it's a great story and show that anything's possible with the American dream.
You said it right, the American dream. It's called the American dream in the U.S., the land of opportunity, right? It's I don't want to say it's very simple, but I'm from Mexico. I'm from the outskirts of Mexico City. I come from tough. I come from the Patterson kind of a thing of Mexico City outside, where, lack of opportunity, 1980s, very corrupt, Mexico, very corrupted, really bad. Lack of opportunity, I was 17, 18 years old. A couple of my friends became bad guys, robbing banks and doing crazy stuff. Never wanted to be part of that. My mom, raised 5 of us kids, hardworking people. Come on, let's do it. We can do it. That's where I come from. My mom, very tough, but thank you, Mom. You did a great job. Some of my friends didn't have that opportunity, and they did bad
They chose
things.
the wrong path.
Exactly. Making long story short, it's a very long story. We decided to move out of that situation, a couple of my friends and I. It says right here on the book how I went to apply to get a visa to come to the U.S. I always heard about the land of opportunity. The land of opportunity, where's that at? Right next door, right? I went the first time to apply for a visa. I was denied, second time denied. I always tell people, go out there and find the door and knock on the door. The door will never come to you.
Third time a charm.
Third time. Knock on the door. I got my visa. Thank you, God. Even though I had a visa, I did something to experience life. I left my visa home. And I went with some of my friends who didn't have a visa to cross the border. I got to cross the Rio Grande to understand how people, that's what I did was something beautiful, because a lot of people talk about immigrants. A lot of people talk about the border. A lot of people talk about the wall. People don't understand that situations that have, some of them, a lot to do with here, with the United States. Let's talk about, people say, Leo, what's up with the cartel, right? Cartel. It's a bad, where's cartel, Leo? Well, if you really think about it, cartel is in Trenton, Camden, New York, Newark, Think about it, how a lot of people, and I'm not defending, but it's part of the conversations that I have every day. Who sends weapons to the cartel? Who sends money to the cartel? People ask that a lot all the time. I said, just think about it. It's a combination of things that at the end of the day, a lot of people are nothing but victims of lack of opportunity, money, corruption, whatever. Somebody's paying the price. Innocent families, I'm not saying everybody. But anyway, at the end of the day, people decide to find or look for the land of opportunity. In my case, I did it. I came. I experienced that with my friends. I went back to Mexico. 6 months later, my brother used to live in Bradley Beach.
Oh, wow.
He came with a
Right
friend.
next door.
Right next door. And this is you're going to love this part of the story, because I'm a crazy Mexican.
I'm glad you put it right on the table.
I decided to surprise my brother. So he sent me a letter. You crazy. You went to cross the border. You didn't have to. You have a visa. You're crazy. I'm like, I know I'm crazy. He sent me $500 to buy a plane ticket to come straight to New Jersey, right? I didn't know anything about New Jersey. So a friend of mine, Pepe, and he says, I want to go with you. Let's surprise your brother, my brother, Eduardo. So we bought tickets. We went to buy tickets. Back then there was no technology. We went to the place where We bought the tickets. Where you gonna go? They have a big map here, New Jersey. We got tickets. You're gonna arrive at Newark Airport. Perfect. Took a plane. We're flying. Never left home before. I don't know anything about it. I don't speak the language. We arrive at Newark Airport. We're following people. We don't know anything. There's a window that says immigration. And my friend and I go to the window, and there's a woman, a lady, and she's an immigration officer. She says, passport, right? With her hand like this. And I looked at her, and she says, your passport, pasaporte, in Spanish. And I kept looking at her. I gave her my passport, and I look at her arm, and she gave me this look for one reason. The reason why is because that was the first time in my life I've seen a black person. I've never saw a black person in my life. I mean, I wasn't being rude.
Yeah.
You know, I'm Mexican. I'm brown. You know,
Yep,
whatever.
sure.
Never saw a black person in my life on TV only. So I wasn't being rude. I gave her my passport. I saw the lady. She looked at me and she goes like this, like get out of here, right? She didn't know why. Yeah. Make long story short, we go outside. I tell the taxi dispatcher outside the airport.
Yep.
I don't speak the language, so I go like this with a letter.
With the Bradley Beach.
Right. I go like this. Him and I here. Okay. He asked one taxi driver. The guy goes like, I don't know where that is. Second one, I don't know where that is. Third one. So I look at my friend and I said, how big is New Jersey? Like, what did we do, right?
Yeah.
Guy number 4, another black person. That's okay, right? It's a black person. It's normal. I'm brown. You're white, whatever. Well, we're going to learn things.
We're going to learn culture today.
Or things that I learned, or you learn when you come to this beautiful country. So, Turnpike, we're looking outside, my friend and I, we're like, well, this looks like Mexico City, you know, sections of it. And then we jump on the beautiful, who talks about the beautiful Garden State Parkway? People don't have the time to admire a beautiful road with plants, green, colors. People don't talk about that. It's boring, right? We're riding on the parkway, beautiful, admiring the whole thing. All of a sudden, taxi gets off. I'm assuming we're getting
right around
closer.
here, yeah.
Right, we get to Belmont, to Bradley Beach.
Yep.
Guy comes out, knocks on the door. Little kid comes out. I forgot his name. I forgot his name.
No problem.
He's talking to the guy in English. We don't know. So who are you looking for in Spanish? Like Eduardo, my brother. Oh, I know him. I'm like, good, but he doesn't live here anymore. I'm like, what? But don't worry about it. I know where he lives. I'm going to take you guys there.
Perfect.
I'm going to make the long story short because it's a very, very long story. We stayed. We paid the taxi driver. Takes off. I was good looking. I'm still good looking. But
Definitely.
I was better looking. I was thinner, skinnier, 19 years old. So we're pulling our luggage on the street, on Main Street, my friend and I.
Yeah.
We're walking, seeing the houses. Buildings are different than Mexico. We're admiring everything, right?
Sure.
All of a sudden, we see this convertible, small car, convertible, with 4, 5 blonde ladies. And they looked at us. They go like, hey, hello, right? And I look at my friend. I said,
this is the American
welcome
dream.
to America, the land of opportunity, baby, right? Like, we
You
keep
were loving
walking and
life.
walking and walking. And I said to this kid, where is this house? Now, all of a sudden, the road is not as nice. It's dirty. Asbury Park, 1989.
In 1989. So, yep, that's a very different time of what Asbury Park looks like
Totally
today.
different place. Make long story short, and this is key. The part of the story that comes is very, very important. So we get to Asbury Park. He knocks on the door. My brother comes out. He used to do construction in Mexico. You know, he was always dressed up, very nice with his friends. I see him with the beard, and I'm like, whoa, hey, what are you guys doing here? Blah, blah, blah. We lived there. A week later, somebody says, are you guys looking for a job? I'm like, yeah, we're going to need a job. They're looking for dishwashers. I'm like, I'm in, but what is that?
What is a dishwasher?
What's a dishwasher? Cypress Inn restaurant in Wanamasa on Route 35 by the Asbury Park Circle. Took bikes. We went there. They opened the back door, and I see the action. I see the chef screaming and sweating and throwing pots and pans, dishwashers and people running like maniacs. I'm like, I'm in. I like action.
Now, did your friend go to this job too, or no, just you?
Yeah, no, he did. He did. We went. We got the job. A month later, I'm a dishwasher. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
There's a guy, Manuel, Puerto Rican guy. He's our translator. He says to us all the time, guys, muchachos, vengan aquí. Guys, come here. El jefe, the boss.
The boss.
El jefe told me to tell you that those boxes, you have to break them and fold them. And
Yeah.
a couple of days later, guys, El jefe told me for you guys to do always El jefe, the boss, right? One night, there's a lot of excitement in the kitchen. Waiters, waitresses running around. Something's going on. Manny, what's up, Leo? I said, what's going on? Don't pay attention. I said, why? These idiots, they're crazy. I'm like, but what's going on? They are excited because el jefe está en la casa. The boss is in the house. I said, is he mad about something? Is he pissed about? No, Leo. El jefe is a guy, he's a rock star. His name is Bruce Springsteen. He's known as el jefe, right? The boss. He's here dining. They are excited, and I don't have time for this. I'm like, okay. I'm washing dishes. 20, 30 minutes later, everybody runs to the window inside the kitchen, overlooking at the parking lot. And Manny goes like, Leo, come here. So I go by the window, and I said, what's up? He says, you see that guy over there? I'm like, yeah. The guy get inside the van, that's El Jefe Bruce Springsteen. And I go like, okay. Let me go wash my dishes because my jefe is going to get mad at me, right?
Yeah.
America, the land of opportunity. 11 years later, it's a long story how I got into the restaurant business. Yeah. I started my first restaurant in Long Branch on 3rd Avenue, Chilangos, $500 in my pocket. And
$500 in your pocket, saved up from doing the dishwashing.
Well, I went through a lot of stuff, right? Cypress Inn closed after the Gulf War, went out of business. I went to Shadowbrook in Shrewsbury.
Yep, sure.
I went through a lot of hoops and loops to become a resident of the United States, money here, money there.
Now, were you also, after you were dishwashing, did you do other jobs in the kitchen, or were you just
we helped out, doing a landscape and here.
So you did a little bit of everything.
I'm Mexican, man. We came here to work.
Yep, you came here
to
with
make
a hustle.
the difference, right? That is Mexican culture, believe it or not. We're known for that.
Yeah,
we're hardworking people. We're not only good-looking people. We're really hardworking people.
Andrew, you get that? Good-looking.
He's not even laughing.
I thought it was pretty funny.
So anyway. Yeah, I got a couple of jobs here and there, but always, the restaurant had that thing for me.
You were pulled in.
In my mind, like I said, things that I saw on the border, people with no food. To me, food is very important, right? I come from, I don't like to say poverty, but necessity, right? I think that as long as you're alive, I think that as long as you're healthy and you have food on the table, you're set, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? What else? Everything else is extra. That's in my mind. So working at a restaurant, it could be winter time. You're inside a beautiful kitchen with food. It could be summertime, hot. You have drinks, you have food. So as long as you have food on your table, in your refrigerator, that's my mentality. You're set, right? So the restaurant business always did that to me. Like I liked, hold on a second. English, right? I didn't know English. Cypress Inn. My boss, Nick Cuvell. Hi, Nick.
Shout out to Nick.
I love you. Thank you for everything. One day, my boss, Nick, El Jefe, he says, amigo, come here. I said, yes, sir. I was learning a little bit, right? He says, he used to talk to me like, you, good worker. I had to translate. Thank you. You, more money. Oh, he's going to pay me more money. Thank you. You, busboy, tomorrow. I said, no. Yes, why? Why not? No English. I don't care. You will learn inside. I used to be afraid of people. I used to be afraid of people, right?
Now it looks like you've never met a stranger.
I'm Mexican, man. I'm kidding. No, I got to stop with that. That's one of my jokes. Anyway, so next day I come in dressed up, as a busboy with a bow tie and everything. Scared. Shaking. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Shaking. I go inside the dining room and I'm standing next to the maitre d' and another guy, Glenn. He was a busboy as well. And it was a fancy restaurant, with the carpet and
the white
tree inside, white table, beautiful place. I'm inside and I'm afraid of people and I don't know what I'm gonna do. All of a sudden, a guy on that round table right there, 8 people, the guy knocks down the fork on the floor. And Mayor D looks at me. He goes like my first job, right? To go and pick up,
get that
go
fork.
pick up a fork. So I looked at him. He goes like, go. So I start walking towards the table, and I'm nervous because I'm saying, please, nobody talk to me. I don't, please, 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 right? I'm walking slowly towards the table. I get everybody's attention. Now they're all looking at me like, what's up with this guy, right? Now everybody's looking at me, and I'm nervous. I reach down to pick up the fork. I wiped it on my leg, and I put it back on the table. Yes, because I was nervous.
Oh my God.
The maitre d' saw it, and he's like, you gotta be. And the whole table, there was an explosion of laughter. Everybody was laughing like maniacs, and I got like this. And I saw the maitre d', and he's like, oh my God, he came over to apologize. Everybody's laughing. I turn around, I go back into the. See, I got the. Just to,
You got some goosebumps.
Every time I remember that.
Oh my God.
It's a beautiful thing, don't get me wrong. It's funny.
Yeah.
But at that moment, it was like I wanted to hide somewhere. I go back into the kitchen. I take my bow tie and I threw it on the ground. And I stepped on it. I said, "No, boss boy," you know. That was my first experience. I continued doing it. They were nice to me. Everybody, you know, trying to make.
Everybody made a joke about it.
The second thing that I did a couple weeks later, my boss says to me, "Come here, you go to Channel Lumber." It was called a store, like a Home Depot, smaller, on 35. I was like, "Do you understand? Go." And I said, "For what?"
Now, do you have a driver's license at this point?
I had a driver's license.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I had a driver's license. I said, "Why?" He says, "Go and buy a toilet seat. Do you understand toilet seat?" Yes. Go.
So.
I go to the store. The luckiest day of my life because a Puerto Rican guy worked there. "Hey, amigo, how you doing? How can I help you? What do you need?" In Spanish, I was like, "Oh, thank you, God." So I told him what I needed. I paid. I will go back to the restaurant, pull in the back of the restaurant. The chef comes out and says, "What are you doing?" I try to explain. And he goes like, "Oh, my God," right? "Stay here next to my car." Go back inside the restaurant. And I'm like, what's up with these people? I mean, they're crazy or what? He comes back out with waiters, waitresses, bartenders, the piano man, couple customers with their cocktails in their hands, the ladies from upstairs, the office. 15 people come out. They're all laughing. I'm like, what's going on? Chef says, "Open the trunk. Open it." I opened the trunk and same thing. Everybody just dropped on the ground laughing. And I don't understand, right? Waitress comes over, Joyce. She comes over, she hugs me and she says, "Don't feel bad, don't feel bad." I said, "Why?" She says, "Toilet seat." She's the top. "You, toilet." I bought the whole toilet. I bought the sink and everything. Thinking that I was going to be nice to do the extra thing, you know? Yeah. So that's all it took for me to next day go to Sears across the street when Sears existed right there. And I bought a small Sony TV when the closed caption thing was the thing.
So that you could learn it.
Every day, chocolate, candy, book, house, clothing, every day. I was a busboy and a dishwasher too. I will ask the waiters, "How do you call it? Bottle, whiskey, vodka, fork, knife."
And you just learned it.
I just learned.
You weren't going to get beat anymore at this. You weren't going to not know what they were talking about. You weren't going to be laughed.
It was funny.
It was funny, but you wanted to know now. You wanted to excel at that.
So right after that, that's when I'm jumping at 11 years later, right? So I started Chilangos in Long Branch, $500 in my pocket, $20,000. The lady was looking for the place. I came with my mom. My mom came to visit. We went to see this small place on 3rd Avenue in Long Branch. And we're eating, and my mom says, "What kind of this is not Mexican restaurant." I said, "Ma'am, where are you from?" She said, "I'm Chilean. I'm from Chile." I said, "And how do you learn how to make Mexican food?" "Oh, I took a course over the phone." And in my mind, I'm like, "Yeah, I can tell, right?" My mom says, "I don't care what you have to do. You have to buy this place because this lady's making us, with bad reputation for Mexican food." So I spoke to the lady. I said, "Are you selling?" Yeah, $20,000. She said, "Are you interested? Because I need to go back to my country. My mom needs me." Blah blah blah. I said, "I don't have that kind of money." She says, "I'm gonna trust you. You came with your mom. You told me your story. Give me $3,000 down." I went to find money with my friends, and I came back with $3,000. She took the payments of the other $17,000. Year and a half later, I'm running. I'm doing my thing. I work at the Shadow.
So now you own the restaurant. You are still hustling, and you are still learning English.
I was a lot better by then.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot better.
But you understood you understood how to get the LLC and how to.
No.
Okay.
No, I took over the restaurant.
Yep.
I didn't do anything. I didn't make any changes. Didn't get any permits.
Uh-huh.
And I went to a magazine to say new Mexican restaurant
Yeah.
Chilangos coming, right? So I had the inspector,
The township
the
inspector,
township
yeah.
inspector. He came.
The
in, he
Department
says,
of Health or guy.
Right.
Yeah.
He says, whoa, are you a new business here? Where are your permits? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you're supposed. The guy was very nice. He says, I like you because I'm a go-getter.
Yeah.
I will jump in. And a lot of times you will get people to help you because they see that you're trying to
That
do
you're
something
trying to
positive.
do it. Yeah.
I always talk about that. Try it. Do it. Leo, what if it doesn't work? What if it does? Stop being negative. Just do it.
I love it.
Do it. Right?
What if it does? Make sure that's in the notes. It's a great one. I love it.
That's where I come from. And I tell people, I've been to schools talking about my life story where kids come to the restaurant. Mr. Cervantes, thank you. I will never do drugs. Oh, my God, you're an inspiration. I mean, I feel weird. But if it works for somebody, it works for me. It's very simple, right? So make long story short, I'm paying the $20,000 to the lady. I work at the Shadowbrook. I go back and forth. I'm doing my thing. I'm going crazy, like today. And a year and a half goes by. I pay the whole thing. I get a letter from a realtor. This is a good one. You're going to like this one. I get a letter that says, business opportunity, Highlands, New Jersey.
Did you even know where the Highlands were at that
No.
point? Okay.
No?
And where'd you get the letter from?
When you own a restaurant, whether it's a Mexican, Italian, whatever, a lot of realtors will say opportunity to open up a restaurant,
Okay.
right?
Got
Because it was an
Yeah.
existing restaurant, Italian restaurant. So business opportunity, Highlands, New Jersey, liquor license, parking lot, income apartment, restaurant equipped.
So that's like a home run.
Selling price. Am I allowed to say it here?
Say it.
$325,000. 26 years ago.
325 grand in the Highlands. You're now in Long Branch, starting with a 500 over, and you had to pay this lady 20,000. You pay her off in a year and a half. You get this letter. 325 is a big difference between where you were and where you're going.
You're saying it perfect. So we're saving time right now by you saying that. I go across the street and I tell Mrs. Maria, where is Highlands? And she explains to me where Highlands is, right?
It's a great area too.
Today, I'm going to tell you, I have a little secret
Yeah.
about Highlands today. So she tells me where Highlands is, jump in my car. I'm on 3rd Avenue in Long Branch. I go to 36. I go to Eatontown, the Parkway. I take the Parkway north
Yep.
to 117. I take 36 south. So I just went around without knowing.
Yeah.
I made it to Highlands, and I saw Losty Lobster, the fish place market.
Yep.
And I was there once, a long time ago. I said, man, they have several locations.
Yep. Sure.
No, I was at the same place. I walk into the restaurant, beautiful Italian restaurant, and the lady comes out and she says, how can I help you? Would you like a table? I'm like, no, thank you. She says, are you picking up some? I said, no, I just came to see this restaurant. She says, this is my place. What do you need? I said, I just came to see your restaurant. She says, why? I said, I just got this letter.
Did you have the letter in hand?
I had the letter in my hand.
Yeah.
I said, look. She was like, oh my God, we just listed the place and we have a potential buyer. And I said, well, I don't know about that. She says, what do you mean? Who are you? What are you talking about? I said, ma'am, I just came to see this place because this is how I operate. I have to dream. I have to feel. I have to put it in my head and my heart.
Yep.
She says, man, I like you, but who are you? So I tell her my story. I came from Mexico, blah, 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 blah. Cypress Inn, Shadowbrook. Now I open up. Oh my God, I love your story. Oh, you're right. This place has to be yours. How can I help you? What can I do for you? I said, can you lend me 322? I come up with 3,000. She says, no, come on. She says, this is key right here. She says, you're a minority, right? I'm a minority because when you come to the United States from another country, you learn a lot of things. That,
Yeah.
number one, welcome to America. Welcome to America. Why do they say that? Welcome to America. Because in America is a continent.
Yep.
It's a continent, right? America, Mexico, Canada, and U.S. is North America.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you come here and they say, welcome to America, in Mexico or outside the United States, it's called Estados Unidos. So if you're from Mexico, you're Mexican. If you're from Brazil, you're Brazilian. If you are from Estados Unidos, United States, you are estadounidense. You're not American because we are all American.
Sure.
Right? That's what you know.
That's what you know
from your country.
Yeah, sure.
So now you come to the United States and they say, welcome to America. I've been to America my entire life. Anyway, that's a different story. So the lady says, you're a minority. And I'm like, I'm a minority. Like, I kind of don't like that one.
And now, now you're like, what is she talking about?
What is she talking about? It took me 2 seconds to realize that I'm very smart and really, really good looking guy. She's right. I am a minority. I made it a joke. Now he liked it.
He liked it this time. Second time.
I made it a joke, but I'm being serious. You're a minority. I'm like, what? But what are you talking about?
Yeah.
There are programs, SBA, blah, 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 this, and that. You can apply. Find somebody. Go and knock on the door. I always do that, right? You're right. Thank you for letting me know. I went out there. I found a guy. Do you have good credit? I said, I'm building my credit. Do you have everything to... I said, yes, I do. Okay, you're a minority. I'm like, okay. There's help. America, the land of opportunity, right? Why do I love and respect this country? Some people just love it because they love it. Fine. America, the land of opportunity. If you're a minority, if you're a woman, if you're this, if you're that, there's help. You just got to go and find it.
You have to find that help.
You got to grow. I've had restaurants. I employ people. I pay taxes. It's good. It's positive, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know. A lot of people do things or don't do things without knowing. You have to go out there and find out. There's help.
And you have to learn.
You have to learn. So that's what I did. We applied. I qualified for it, and I'm very excited about it. September 11th comes along.
Oh.
Make long story short, it took me 9 months to take over the place. Every time I went, Mrs. Maria will say, Leo, are you ready? I said, ma'am, the banks are not. Leo, I have a buyer, Leo. I said, just sell it. No, I'm going to wait for you. This is the American dream for you. What a wonderful woman. Month goes by, 3 months go by. She says, Leo, I have another buyer. I said, just sell it to them. Don't worry about it. No. 6 months go by, and she says to me, Leo, I just lost one of the 2 buyers. The guy says, ma'am, you're crazy. I'm giving you $10,000 extra, and you don't understand. Yeah, I know. You're talking about this crazy Mexican guy. You don't understand. Goodbye. One guy
Left.
gone. 8 months go by. I go in, and the lady says, Leo, I said, I know you sold it. No. Leo, the guy came in and says, okay, lady, here's extra money. You sell it to me or I'm out. You don't understand. I know you're talking about this guy. Who is this crazy Mexican guy? His name is Leo. He's in Long Branch. And the guy goes like, Leo Cervantes? Chilangos? And she says, do you know him? And Gary, I love you. I'm going to tell you what happened. He says, of course I know Leo. You're right. This has to be his place. This has to be the American dream for Leo. And if he needs the money, I am willing to lend him the money, he said to the lady. So when I went in, the lady told me the story. I said, who's this guy? Gary. Who's Gary? Gary is the guy, when I had Chilangos in Long Branch, 99% of my clientele was Latinos, right? 1% American people. Gary and another guy was that 1%. Gary went in one day looking for the post office. My mom was cleaning the windows outside the restaurant. And she says, ma'am, do you know where the post office is? My mother does not speak English. She saw Gary. He looked at her. He grabbed his hand, brought him inside the restaurant, put him on a chair. The guy doesn't know what's going on. My mom goes into the kitchen, comes out with spare ribs and green tomatillo sauce with cactus, one of my favorite dishes, handmade tortillas, and a drink. And my mom says, go ahead. My beautiful mother thought that this man was hungry and lost or something. She brought him inside
So
to
she
feed
fed
him.
him.
To feed him, right? So when I met Gary the next time, are you the owner? I'm like, yeah. Oh my God, I love you. He told me the story. That's how I became friends with Gary. And then when Gary found out that I was the one looking to buy the place, he stepped back. He says, that's it. This has to be Leo's place. So that's the story.
There's a lot of people that have your back.
God has been wonderful to me.
So now you got into so finally the loan goes through.
Finally, the loan goes through.
And now Maria's just operating the restaurant until then? Like she's keeping it.
I had Lena. She passed too. Lena worked for me. So now I have Shadowbrook, Long Branch, Highlands, and I'm going crazy, right? I said to Lena, because life, people talk about karma. I talk about life. God gives me opportunity. People give me opportunity. I can talk about the beautiful Bruce Springsteen, Mrs. Maria, the Monte Calvo family, Valerie and her husband, beautiful people. I've been supported by thousands of people, right? So I believe that you have to pass it on as well, you know? So Lena used to work for me. I left her, and I sold her the place. She had no money. I said, pay me little by little.
Pay me like you did it.
The same way I did. So I did that to Lena. She paid me within a year or whatever. And she passed during the pandemic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, that's how I started. And now, when I saw Mr. Springsteen through that window 10 years before,
El Jefe,
I got to meet Jacobo Varela. Jacob, I love you. He's from Mexico. He's been Mr. Springsteen's personal chef for the past 31 years. Mm-hmm. And he came to Chilangos in Long Branch. I met him. We became friends. And then he found out about Chilangos in Highlands. He invited me to his birthday. Mr. El Jefe showed up. I met him. We had some tequilas. And then he hired me to do an event at my restaurant. So Bruce and his wife came to Chilangos in Highlands. I did an event, and Bruce says to me, Leo, the food is great. Oh, my God. What's your story? Blah, 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 blah.
Tell him everything.
I tell him the whole thing about the window.
Yep.
And what did you do? I said, I went to wash dishes. My boss, you know. Man, Leo, he hugged me. He gave me a kiss. And he says, Leo, people like you make this country the greatest country in the world. I said, Jefe, this country gives people like me the opportunity to make this country the greatest country in the world. So you know what? It's like
one hand washes the other.
One hand washes the other.
That's a great story. So now 25 years?
25 years, March 6th was our 25th anniversary of Chilangos Restaurant in Highlands.
I had just found out about it the week before, but my wife and I went in for the 25th anniversary to enjoy dinner.
Chilangos Restaurant is known for a couple of things. 275 different tequilas in the house, 15 different types of Mexican beer. The food, I'm a chef owner. You know, I've done Food Network. I did a supermarket stakeout. Mm-hmm. I've done cooking competitions, Six Flags. I came up with naked tamales. Mm-hmm. I have creations of mine, flautas, sesame and coconut coleslaw flautas stuffed with chicken, Oaxaca cheese covered with tomato, corn sauce. I have a lot of crazy things that I've done.
So 25 years later now. So the backstory is awesome. Now, 25 years in the Highlands, I'm sure there's some hustles and struggles to that.
25 years ago, when I came to Highlands was one place, right? I didn't know. We only 6 Latino families live there, right? I experienced few negative things, nothing crazy, right? Mm-hmm. But I became part of the family, and there are stories, you know, when Sandy destroyed Highlands, mm-hmm. Chilangos, culture, right? Like my mother fed Gary, Chilangos, we came out to feed the whole town, to do things that to some people, oh my God, Leo, you're the great. No, this is what we all should do when it comes to tragedy,
gets hard.
when it gets hard,
Everybody's got to
gotta
step
get
up.
together. Forget about colors, this, that, accents. Doesn't matter. Lately, when people say, "Leo, what are you?" Right? Because I'm Irish. I'm
Yeah.
German.
You're
Leo,
American.
what are you? I am human from planet Earth. What about you? That's my answer
Yep.
all the time. I am human from planet Earth. Simple,
That's it.
right? Color, this, that. I'm a good-looking human.
Of
from planet Earth.
course, we if we haven't
kidding.
accomplished that today, we will never accomplish that. It's the fourth time he's had to tell us that he's good looking. He was a little bit thinner back in the day, but he's still good looking. He let us know that.
I'm not a narcissist. I'm just joking. It's part of the show at Chilangos. When I say to people, so Leo, 275 different tequilas, 15 types of Mexican beer, different food, and the actual.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, Chilangos is known for that, but the most important thing that Chilangos is known for is because of the good-looking owner. I always use that as a joke, obviously.
That's
but
your
people
go-to line.
people enjoy it a lot.
I get it. So now, 25 years later, what's on the docket? You know, what's next?
4 years ago, like I said, I became part of the family. People came to Chilangos to ask me to run for office. I'm a councilman.
Councilman. Okay.
So I said, no. I kept saying no. Kim Gudano, our former lieutenant governor,
Yes.
I love her and her family, beautiful family. She asked me, she called me one day to do her kickoff campaign running for governor. At my restaurant, I had another restaurant in Kingsburg, La Playa. So I did the event. I had 15 cameras in front of me. I had to introduce her, our future governor.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful experience. So, make long story short, she heard that people were asking me to run for council. And she calls me up one day. She says, Leo, I heard about this. I said, yeah, but I'm not a politician. Leo, do you know what a politician is? A politician is the person that is there for people, to take care of people. It got transformed throughout time, to corruption, this, that, negativity.
Sure.
But a true Leo, who fed Highlands when Sandy? Leo, who does this for people? Leo, Leo, you are a true politician. You just don't know the term, right? Leo, you're Mexican. You have to do it. Do it for your people. They have to see that if you did it, somebody else can do it too. Leo, you can motivate a lot of people. When she said that to me, I was like, thank you. I went back to these people. I said, where do I sign? I signed. One day I see a lot of, signs.
Yeah.
Leo for council. I felt weird. I knew a lot of people, and guess what? This is my 4th year as a councilman.
Awesome.
In
That's
the town
great.
of Highlands. You have to. I'm not being rude, but I always tell people, the type of people that are always complaining about everything, or the type of people that get involved to
Fix
find
problems.
solutions, to fix problems, situations like that. So today I want to thank you, Kim. I want to thank a lot of people because I'm learning a lot of things.
Yep. 4 years
And
on the council.
4 years on the council. And I love it. We have a great team. Back in December, one of the lawyers says, Leo, let me tell you something. You guys are amazing in your town. I said, why is that? He says, no arguments between the 5 of you. The town is moving along. I said, we are a team. I said, we all care about the town. It's not about a title. It's not about money. It's not about influence or whatever
about
you want to
caring
call
about
it.
the town.
It's about the town. Our mayor, Carolyn Brujon, unbelievable. Everybody. Highlands is a totally different place today. I'm not saying because of me I'm saying it because after Sandy, people came in, they bought properties, they built. Today, Highlands, or to me, Highlands, it's the land of opportunity. Highlands gave me the opportunity to become a different person, this beautiful country, but especially Highlands. I wouldn't change it over anything in the world.
You have any cool events coming up in the Highlands?
We just had Cinco de Mayo, the best one in 25 years. This winter was very tough, I was telling you. This
Yes.
past winter was negative, right?
It was slow.
It was slow for everybody, not only us. The economy, I don't know what it is. But anyway, we had Cinco de Highlands because I became a councilman in Highlands, Highlands Business Partnership in the town. They created a day which is called the Cinco de Highlands. Every Saturday before Cinco de Mayo, the whole town, we do the bar crawl. People go to restaurants. Who has the best margarita?
That's fun.
and food tasting.
Yep.
A lot of fun. The whole town this past Saturday, insane. Every
Wow.
restaurant, every
That's
place.
great, though. That's great that
Beautiful.
you bring people into the town.
Beautiful.
For something like that.
Beautiful.
And all ships rise on that one.
Mariachis all around town, playing music, going to every restaurant.
I love it.
Beautiful. So that's Highlands today. The land of opportunity, growing and growing, better and better. And like I said, the team that we have and the people, the residents of Highlands, it's beautiful.
That's great. So you're ready for your summer season now, where the Highlands really explodes. And I'm glad that I'm so glad you came on. This was a great chat.
Look at my eyes are red for one reason. Last
Partying.
week, Thursday, busy. Friday, busy. Saturday, that was the Cinco de Highlands. Crazy
Yep.
busy. Cinco de Mayo.
Tuesday.
Last night, I had 40 ladies. They rented the space, the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
This lady says, it's going to be 20 of us on Thursday. Today's what, Friday? See, I don't even
Today's
know.
Friday.
Today's Friday. Thursday the 7th, yesterday?
Yep.
Yep. She says, can you do it? So, after the whole week, Thursday we're going to be slow. I said, sure. How many? 20. It's my friend's birthday. I said, okay. So then 2 days later, she calls again. She says, it's going to be 30 of us. I said, okay. And then she calls again. It's going to be 40 of us. I said, ma'am, I'm going to have everything ready for you. I'm going to cook, but I'm not going to be there. She says, why? Leo, people talk about you. We want you to meet.
You're part of the
I
entertainment.
said, ma'am, I'm a single guy. I'm single.
And he's good looking.
And I'm good looking. He said it. I didn't say it. I said, ma'am, I'm a single guy, 275 different tequilas, and 40 of you, and I'm Mexican. She says, I don't care. We want you there. I said, okay. So last night, between them and my friends from Barcelona, Spain, Joan and Belen, I've been to Barcelona 3 times. They are the Bruce Springsteen fan club of Barcelona, Spain.
Yep, sure.
And they always come to Chilangos. They bring people all the time to hear the stories, to see the
You're
Bruce.
charming.
Yeah. It's just a beautiful thing. So today my life is wonderful. I recommend to people to get up, go and knock on those doors and do your thing, because life's too short. We're all going to die. You don't take anything when you die. It's what you live today, what you leave behind, your legacy, your kids, your family. Other than that, you could be a millionaire, good luck, enjoy, but you're not going to take anything with you.
Leo, this was a great chat. I'm glad you came on. Let people know where they can find you, at the restaurant, on your website, on social media, whatever you'd like to let them know.
Right now, because I was telling you before that I was going through something very difficult in life, the ups and downs of life. Chilangos is located in Highlands, 272 Bay Avenue in Highlands, New Jersey. We're open 6 days. Mondays we're closed. I'm thinking about opening because more people coming in.
Yeah, now.
We have the patio next door now. We have music. We have the comedy night. It's coming. I think the 20th.
Okay.
The 20th. Comedy night's coming. And a lot of fun. So right now, like I said, I was going through something very difficult.
Yeah.
Today, thank you, God, I'm alive. I'm doing my thing. We have the food truck. We do events with the food truck. Today, we're feeding the school. Teachers appreciation.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm a busy guy. I'm running all over the place. Highlands, New Jersey, baby. We'll see you there. Chilangos in the house. I have a beautiful shout out by Mr. Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, sure.
The guys from Spain, they came in one day and they're like, Leo, we're going to the stadium, MetLife.
Yep.
Come. I said, Leo, please, we have an extra ticket. So we ended up going. We're on the front stage.
Yep.
Mr. Springsteen comes out. We're waving. And he goes like, Chilangos in the house, like a big shout out.
Look at that. I got to put my hat on.
Put your hat on, man. So,
Awesome.
Mr. Bruce, thank you very much for all the advertising. It's beautiful. It's been beautiful. Chilangos in the house. And is there any questions, anything?
You were great. This was a great episode. I love your story. Again, the day I met you at the restaurant, I knew that you would be a great guest for Grit Won't Quit. Normally, my staff works on getting guests. After that conversation we had with me, you, and my wife, I said to my staff that Monday morning, I said, we got to get Leo on this podcast. He's a great guest. I love the fact that you wrote a book. I love your story, just coming here with nothing and making it into something. You've really, you really made the American dream, and people talk about it all the time, but you did it.
Mr. Springsteen wrote a song, the land of hope and dreams. And guess what, Mr. Springsteen, you were right, 1,000%. This is the place.
Andrew, make sure we tag Bruce Springsteen in this episode. Well, Leo, it was great having you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
You're the best.
I
I'll
appreciate
see you soon
it.
at the restaurant.
And you're good looking too. Come on.
Thanks. I
I
know.
don't know if your wife says anything about that, but
I'll make sure she knows.
All right.
I'll let her know tonight.
Chilangos, we'll see you guys. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.